Hey everybody, it's me, Pam, Dragon Moon Creations. Welcome back to my channel. I tried to do this earlier today and it was so hot out here. So now the shades come over and I wanted to do my garden video. I know a while back, Bobby had asked me, Bobby Fort here on YouTube, he had asked me about the garden and I just had some other stuff going on. We've still been fighting the skunk and the digging under the house, and it's just, I'll do a whole other thing about that later. Anyway, trying a couple new things. These are potatoes in the baskets from Dollar Tree. I got these baskets last year though. I need to put some more paper around and put some more dirt in, but they really started to take off. And over here, these are my small tomatoes this year. These are grapes. Last year I had sweet 100s and a black cherry. And the sweet 100s this year just looked really leggy. And there were no black cherry. I didn't like them anyway. So these are grapes. These are Brussels sprouts. They are not doing well in the grow bags. But I had 4 of them in a pack. I gave one to my neighbor to try. She has a little in-ground raised bed. I know it sounds weird, but she's just got some dirt and boards around it on the ground. And I gave her one to try, and these are not doing very well in the bags. But I got one over there with my onions, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, this is cardboard I put down to help with the weeds. And there's cardboard. I pulled all of that up and put cardboard down over here. Yes, what is it, Chip? This is Chip. This is the cat I've been feeding for about 1.5 years. And his name is Chip because he's got a little chip off his ear where the local TNR, that's trap neuter release or return. And they got him before he came here. He did belong to somebody, but the lady died. Okay, here is some thyme that came back up from last year. I've been keeping it alive. It came back up. It was in this pot. And there's some verbena. I liked it for the red color. There is a pepper plant that was not doing well at all. I had bought my pepper plants. and strawberry plants, and I forgot to water them. So get out of the thyme, buddy. I have forgot to water them with all the stuff with the skunk and all that. And so I watered them and they came back, but they didn't really come back. So I bought new plants and replanted that. I have planted 8 Romas this year. Those 6 are doing great. These 2, I have no idea what their problem is. Same amount of water, same amount of sunlight, same kind of dirt. Don't know. This year, I planted candy onions. They're supposed to be sweet. Last year, I planted the white onions, and they did really well. Got lots of onions, but they were really hot. But you know what? I still have some from last year. Believe it or not, I put them in a bucket, left the stems on. These died. And put them in a bucket on the refrigerator in the back room, our spare refrigerator. I still have onions in there. Here's another one of those peppers that I planted. I did have one over here, but it didn't do well, so I took it out. But now look at this Brussels sprout as compared to those over there. Don't ask me, but this is my new tub I bought this year. This is a 1 foot deep by 2 feet wide by 6 feet long, and it was really expensive. It went up by about $60 from last year. I should have bought it last year. These are from my husband. These are sweet banana peppers, and look at that. I've got little baby banana peppers on that one. Over there is my lettuce. I just planted it real sparsely, very sparse. Last year I planted too many, but that's ready to pick. Have a nice a nice salad. This is my garlic. This has been in the ground. This was in the ground, but I like cut it off at the last year. I cut it off. But this year I just let it go. And it's gone to seed. This is garlic seeds. So this should be elephant ear. And these flowers I planted, I guess I was into my red this year. And I don't know what they're called, super bells, but I don't know what it is. The color's watermelon punch. And then this is another thyme that was in that pot. The other pot was over there, but I let the garlic go, so I had to move it. But that's more thyme. And then these are my peppers that I replanted. I have 8 pepper plants. Last year I only have 4. And then there's the verbena over there. Let me go in. Here's my sign, my spirit restored. I've left the dandelions for the bees, but now there's something else coming up and I need to get out here and weed it. I'm not going to do it today. But the verbena and weeds, and I don't know what these are. I don't know what this weed is, but there is a ton of them. They are everywhere in this dirt. Any dirt. This is the old dirt. I put Osmocote fertilizing pellets in it. But they're doing pretty good. I think that one might be getting a bud on it soon. But those are just sweet peppers. Okay. This is, and I thought it was cute. I saw it at the greenhouse and I said, I think I'm going to get that. This is celery. But getting some yellow leaves on it. Don't know why. It got really dry and wilted. I seem to be able to wilt everything. But and this one was small. It always was small. When they were real, it was smaller than this. They've about tripled in size now. My sister called them Groot because they were baby celery, so she called them Groot. She says, "Are you going to be able to eat Groot?" And I said, "Yep, every day of the week." But I just wanted to see if I could do it. The plants were on sale by that time, and they're like $2.49 for 4 of them, so I got them. And I've got a big spider here wanting to do something. My carrots, only 1 pot of carrots this year, and I need to thin those out. But they came up really fast. That was like 2 weeks. Last year it took them like 3 weeks to come up. So anyway, that's my garden this year. And over here, I did not plant flowers along here. It's a long story. I wanted 1 sage. Well, the place down the street where I got a lot of my plants, they sold out before I decided I wanted a sage. So I had to go looking for a sage. Well, another greenhouse had herb bowls, so I had to buy the whole bowl. Instead of getting like 1 plant for like $4, I had to buy a whole bowl for $13.99. But I planted them. But I already had some. So these are some of those peppers that I repotted. There's a strawberry plant my sister gave me because my strawberries died because I didn't water them. This was out of the bowl. It is a variegated lemon thyme. That's another one of those peppers. Chive was out of the bowl. That cell is empty. This is more thyme. This is lemon thyme. It's just not variegated. Now I have all kinds of thyme. Now this is oregano that came up in our yard. My husband planted it in the backyard, but then we started having other people do our yard and kept cutting it down. So I think I've successfully transplanted some of that original, but it comes up every year. This was basil that was in the bowl. It's not doing very well, and I don't know why. It's dead. And then there's, I don't know. My husband said, who knows? Those may be the best peppers ever. I think he's being optimistic. Okay, there's the greenhouse. Nothing in there right now. I didn't even start anything in it this year. Now I think I have it just because I wanted it. Okay, here we go. And back in there is where I've had to put some blocks because something kept digging under the house. Skunk or groundhog, I don't know. Anyway, and then I thought, let's start over here, shall we? Now this, I planted that one just in there. It's a strawberry jar. I'm assuming they're supposed to come down and out the holes. Okay, that's peppermint. Oh, for let's see, like 2 weeks I thought it was spearmint that I picked up, and I went to plant it and it said peppermint, and I wanted spearmint over there, which there's spearmint there now, but I had to go buy it again. And this was the sage out of the sage bowl. That thing has tripled in size. It's huge. There's another peppermint. This is rosemary out of the herb bowl, the sage bowl, I think I said. That's rosemary out of the herb bowl. And then, of course, more oregano. So that's my herb section. Now, last year I had sunflowers here, but I said I think I wanted something more permanent. And I know spearmint, if you put it in the ground, it usually comes up year after year. I'm assuming that the other mint does too. And before anybody comments, I know anything in the mint family is extremely invasive, and I have to keep an eye on it that this doesn't spread everywhere. But who knows? I may want some of it to spread. But anyway, that's that right there. Okay, and I'm going to show you my experiment, my backyard. It needs cut again. They were just here less than a week ago. I put that's a weed. I put cucumbers in there, in my hanging baskets. Cucumbers. I put 3 in each pot. Only 2 of them came up in this one, but the third one came up in here yesterday. So there. So anyway, I have my rain barrel. Anyway, that was the garden for this year. It was more work than I wanted it to be, simply because I redid underneath of the underneath of this. I saved my cardboard boxes, and there's cardboard under there, and I wanted to do that before I went and got this. So, but that was why it was a lot of work. I had put down the cardboard, pulled this all up, you know, the pins and everything, has those pins in it, pulled it all up, put cardboard down, and put that stuff back down again. So that's why it was so much work. But anyway, I think I'm gonna be good this year. If those 2 don't make it, it's okay. I have 6 more, and they're already setting flowers. And these are Romas, because I really liked my Romas last year. They did really well, and 4 of them gave me about 100 or so fruits, you know, the tomatoes. And this year 6, so I had to get, what, 150? But we ate them. They were so good. We like them better than the juicy slicers because they're not as juicy and they don't get everything wet. If you want them on a sandwich, it's not wet. So I need to thin my candies, my onions, because I think, believe it or not, there's like 100, a little over 100 of them in there. So I got to go through and thin them out. And like this one's probably ready to be eaten on a salad. I have an onion and lettuce salad. And last year my lettuce, I put lettuce and I think onions in half of the lettuce thing. And you know what? I couldn't figure out. I planted 2 different kinds of lettuce. I planted leaf lettuce, which is this. And then when it started to come up, because I had to turn this planter for reasons that I don't even want to go into, but I had to turn it, and I forgot which one was which. Well, that's kind of like a baby bib. This is supposed to be like a baby bib lettuce, and this I'll just pick and I'll re-sow it, and I'll see if there's some of that. See that stuff? There's some of that again. I mean, it's all in all of my vegetables. See, look there. Sit. Look. Right there. Anyway, I just want to do my garden video, and it definitely does restore my spirit. So, I'll keep you posted. I'll do another video whenever it gets a little bit further along. And thank you for watching. Bye.